Okay, let's talk email. Email is this thing that always tells us there is something that you need to do buried inside of here. But since we keep receiving more and more emails, it is very difficult to have that organized. Which basically leaves us with the same feeling that we have whenever we are gonna go on a trip. That I feel that I'm missing something, but I just don't know what. And I don't know about you, but this drives me insane. And the bad news here is that email is used for closing deals with clients. So for example, you may be forgetting to reach out with a client and you may be missing out on a multi-$1,000 deal. But the good news are that you probably already have a task management system, I hope that in Notion. So what if we could integrate that task manager with your email? This way we will just have to keep using our task management system, that of course it already works, and that will be it. But wait, what if not only we can send the emails to our task manager, but also to extract the actions that we need to take from that very email automatically? Well, so for that purpose, I have invited someone into this video, which is our friend OpenAI. So together, let's make this possible. Are you in? Let's get into it. Okay, so first let's start from the easy part, just bringing the emails to our task manager. For this, if you already have a task manager, great, you will be able to use it. But let's start from scratch. We will just need a very basic database in Notion that we can call tasks from email. Okay, I name it like this, so then it is easy for me to find, but you can just name it tasks or whatever you're using. The only thing that we need here, of course, is a status property because they are tasks, so of course. Another property that is optional, but I like to use it, which is a select property, and I'm just gonna use it to distinguish which tasks comes from emails. So it's just to distinguish normal tasks from email tasks. And finally, a date property, because of course, this is a task manager and we cannot have one without a date property. That is it. This is all the infrastructure that we need. Of course, if you have more properties in your task database, I have in mind, that's fine. But we just need these ones. Okay, so now how are we going to send the emails to Notion? There are various ways, but I don't know about you, but I love keyboard shortcuts. So I wanted a way that allows me to just use my keyboard to send the emails to Notion. The best way that I found was through applying labels. So I have created a label in my email that is called tasks, okay? In my opinion, this is better than forwarding an email because it just takes more steps. So I prefer labels. And if you don't know, the way that we apply labels, if we are using Gmail, is they are here, so create new label. That's it. There is no more science to here. So yes, here is my tasks label. And honestly, that is it. That is all the infrastructure that we need for this implementation. Now, how are we going to automate this thing? We're gonna be using make.com. Cool. If you don't have an account in Make and you want to automate some stuff and save time, I recommend that you create an account now. I'm gonna leave in the description of this video a link to Make. I think it's an affiliate link. I don't know what I get from it, but if you're gonna sign up, just use it. I may get something. Cool. So once we are in Make, this is a new scenario. Let's name it Tasks to Notion. Okay, that's enough. So here, the first step is gonna be in Gmail, and we're gonna watch emails. What we wanna watch is okay, first, if you haven't connected your Gmail with Make, just follow the instructions. There is online help. You can add your account here. And yes, I don't need to show this because Make has it very, very well organized. So yes, add your account. Once it's added, here, folder, I don't know why they call it folder, because this is in fact labels. Yes, here is our label, folder, called tasks. So we will select the label that we just created. Then in filter type, we just want a simple filter, no need anything else. Here, I will prefer to use only unread emails. Why is this? Because then we are also going to mark the email that has been fetched as read. Yes. What am I doing with this? Cool. The way that Make works is we're going to be triggering this automation every hour. We said it. I use every hour. You can do it more often or less often. So every hour, this guy is gonna go to Gmail and see which emails are within the tasks folder. So if we don't use this, don't mark these criteria and don't mark them as read whenever they are fetched, every time that this automation triggers, is gonna catch the same number of emails that you had. So you're gonna create the same tasks, or you're gonna bring the same emails to Notion over and over. So this is the way to prevent that. Like this, whenever they are marked as read, the next time that the automation triggers, these read emails are not gonna fit the criteria. So yeah, we're not gonna duplicate information in Notion. The maximum number of results, I don't know how many emails you can have. I set it as 10. I don't think I ever gonna have more than 10 emails that I need to take action on. But anyway, this is up to you. So this is the first one. Now, if you click in select the first email, this is gonna tell you whether there is items available or not already in your label. I don't have items available, but I do have emails there because I know it. So this means that they're all read. So let me go back to my email. Okay, so I just unread one of the emails, and now if we run this again, so I have these emails. So I'm doing this just for the sake of running this once, so I get what is the structure of the email itself. So next thing that we are gonna do is we are gonna bring this email to Notion and create a database item. Same stuff. If you don't have this connected, just click on add and search for the database that you're looking for. This reminds me that I don't know if this is shared with Make. So let me check it. Yes, it is shared with Make. So this should appear in your database as well. So once it is shared, I just need to search for it. That's from email, because this is the database where I want to create the tasks in this case. This is gonna be the name of the task. I like to call it from email, so it's like super clear that this is from an email. And then I want the subject. Okay, so from email plus subject. Source, this is from email. DO date, nothing, and status, not started. Okay, that is it. That is all I want. Now, another thing that I really like to do is to add a little bit more context, because so far just with the subject line, I think it is not enough. So what I like to do is to include the body of the email within the page of the task, the task page in Notion. So for that, there is another action here, which is append a page content. Page ID, this is gonna be the same database item ID that we created before. And what I want to add is some text, and we can add here whatever we want. I like to add from who this comes from, sender name, comma, and sender email address. Now we can also use this text, I mean this is completely optional, to paste or to link it to the email's URL. So this way, if I click on this text in Notion, this is gonna bring me to the email itself. So if we need to take some action, which is like responding to the email or whatever, we can just get to that particular email very easily just by clicking here. And then I'm also gonna add below this is text, yes, I'm gonna add the body of the email, which is text content. That's it, we don't need a link here, and that is it. Now let's see what happens. Okay, this is gonna start on the first email. This is just for testing, then we are gonna leave this in from now on. And let's select this email and let's run it. Okay, something has happened. When things are green, I'm happy. Okay, so here is the email from email, blah, blah. Okay, so we have the email brought here. I'm just blurring it because this is from a client and probably there is some sensitive information. Okay, so the first part of the automation, it is working. So this basically reminds us that, hey, there is something that we need to get done in this email, and we are including it in our task manager. We can then schedule it. We are gonna see it in whatever view we are using for executing every day. Yes, so it's already entered in our system and we will not forget about it. This is cool, but not super cool, because what if we could, as I said in the beginning of the video, extract the action items from the email itself, and we can create tasks. So let's do that. For this, we need an extra thing. Let me delete this sheet. We need an extra thing, which is subtasks. So let's create that. They call it sub items, but they are subtasks in this case. And we can call it parent email and subtask. Yeah, we can call it subtask. Okay. And this creates two beautiful related properties. The purpose here is that for every email, so all the tasks, we are gonna be creating them here in the subtask. So let's say, okay, this is gonna be done automatically, but I just wanna show you. So there is this subtask, and in the subtask, we can see that this comes from this email because I also wanna have that context when I'm checking the task. Okay, so that is it. Enough showing. Let's automate it. How? So for this, we are gonna meet our new friend, which is OpenAI. If you don't have an account yet, you should, because so far it is free, and we're gonna be using ChatGPT. For creating an account, I don't really remember what it is. You should see it somewhere. But yes, once you have the account, the cool thing here is that there is a step that we can use to connect with that artificial intelligence. And the step that we are gonna use, or the action that we're gonna use, is create a completion. Here again, same stuff. Add your account and follow the steps. Everything is documented. Model. What is this model thing? The best model is DaVinci. Text DaVinci 003. This, at the current time of this video, the most updated or the most up-to-date version. This is how they have trained this AI. So this is the most updated version and the best one. So this is the one that I recommend. If you see a DaVinci 004, because you are seeing this in the future, select the highest value. Then the prompt. This is basically what we are asking the artificial intelligence to do for us. And what we want is to extract the action items from the email body that we are also gonna be sending to this AI. So which prompt am I gonna be using? This is the one that I'm using. You will be my virtual assistant. My name is Daniel, just in case it has to write my name somewhere. In the end of this prompt, there is an email that I have received. I only want to extract the action items I need to take from the email in a comma separated list. Why is this? Because then I want to separate all the items and create one action item from each of them. Each action item should be self-explanatory, so anybody would understand what needs to be done just by reading it. This, I'm trying to make sure that yes, this is not just a create. Create what? So yes, I want that is self-explanatory. So the only thing that we need to include at the end of this prompt is the message itself, which is the text content. Here, maximum number of tokens. I believe one token is 4 words, something like this. So I don't really care about the maximum, 256, because it sounds like a good number. Temperature, this is important. This I didn't take so seriously, but yeah, this is important. Temperature, if it's closer to 1, it means that we are kind of letting the AI a little bit more free and come up with random ideas, which for tasks, I don't really want the AI to be creative. So I prefer to use a low value like 0.2, something like that. Topic, this, I don't know what it is. I never used it. So I'm just gonna continue. That is all the setup that we need, by the way. Echo, I also don't know what is this. Yeah, to bring back the prompt. Yes, this also we don't really need. That is it. This all the setup that we need. Okay, let's unread that email and let's see what happens. Let's choose where to start. Again, this is just for the test. Okay, and let's run the automation. Okay, let's see what came out of here. Choices, 1, action items, or create Google Share for client, create YouTube content process, set a company goals. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So it's saying action items, colon, and then some action items, comma, separated value. This is fucking amazing, by the way. I love this. And everything even makes sense. Cool. So now what we need to do, treat this data a little bit so we can separate all the values and then we can create the tasks for those. Let's do that. So first we are gonna need a text parser and replace. So this, what does this do? We write here a pattern in a regular expression format. If you don't know what is a regular expression, just Google it. There's even free courses that teach you this. But basically what we want here is to find everything that is before this column so we can eliminate it. And then we will just have all this text left, and there's going to be a formula that is going to allow us to split them by using the commas. But yes, first we want to get rid of this. So with this text parser, what we want is to just be able to select that text. And the way to do this is this one. This means that we want the regular expression to start here, and then take every character that is more than one. So it's not just A, it's going to be A. So all the characters until the colon. Okay, so it's basically just action items until the colon. So this is just finding that string. And then the new value that we want to give it is the empty string, because we want to eliminate it. Global match, yes. Case sensitive, not really. Multi-line, yes please. Single line, pues we have multi-line. That is it. So this is going to replace the action items. Now what we need is to separate the action items. And the way that we do this is with an iterator and a formula inside of it. What an iterator does in make is so we are going to bring a string of text here, and outside the output of this iterator is going to be multiple unique pieces of information. So we are going to be running whatever is after the iterator as many times as outputs from this iterator. So let's say that we have 3 tasks. So we are going to separate the 3 tasks, and then task number 1 is going to continue and create a subtask. Task number 2, continue, create a subtask. Task number 3, continue, create a subtask. And the formula that we need for this is called split. On the first part of the split, we want whatever came out, or not this one, sorry, whatever came out of the text parser, which is the text without the action items string, and we want to use the comma as a way to split this text. And then the final step is to create a database item in Notion, which is going to be the subtasks. Let's find the database, task from email. We want the name of the task to be whatever comes from the iterator. This is going to be every singular task. Source is from email. And then parent email, let's map it to the database item, this one. This is the email that gets created at the beginning of the automation. So we want to link this task to the parent email. Status not started. And that is it. Okay, now let's see what does this do. Let's go to Gmail and unread one email. And now for the test, let's choose where to start, select an email, and let's run this beauty. Okay, there was one thing that I forgot, which is to put here the text that we are parsing, which is what comes from the AI, this text, action items, blah, blah. Okay, because we were not parsing by anything. So yeah, this is my bad. Let's do it again. Let's unread the email, choose where to start. Again, this is for the test. Select the email and run. Okay, so 5 tasks got created in Notion. If we can see here, the output of this is all of this, which is probably, yes, 5 tasks. Now let's see in Notion what happened. So we have here from email, and if we open it, yes, we have the 5 tasks and all the tasks related to the email itself. If we open the email, so we can see that we have all the email over here, even if it's blurred, but just trust me. And if we click on this link, this is gonna bring us to the email itself, so we can respond or whatever. And what it's even cooler is that even these tasks make sense. Create a shared Google Drive for all clients, like create a YouTube and content process flow, set company goals, create internal knowledge base for all videos, blah, blah. Create acquisition process for X property with text and yes. So all this is exactly what I needed to get done from that email. So this is amazing. I mean, I'm gonna keep using this forever. And yes, and I hope that now with this video you have learned also how to do the same for your company. The only thing that now you need to do is every time you receive an email that you need to take an action on, label it as a task. That's it. I lied. There is one more thing that you need to do, which is go to make and set the schedule. So let's run this every 60 minutes, so every 1 hour. I think this is safe. I mean, if you're in a rush and you want the task to be created faster, so set this to 15 minutes, but just bear in mind that you are going to spend more operations in Make and they charge for them. And then just turn it on. That is it. You don't need to change anything because this is already starting in from now on, so you don't need to change it. And that's it. It's up and running. And of course, before we leave, a word of caution. The AI, even if it's like very well trained with a lot of data, it's still in some early stages. So what this means is that it may include some noise into your tasks. So tasks that doesn't really make sense. It already happened to me. That, for example, it just created a task with my name because my name was in the signature. So this can be the downside of this. If you have this problem, the only thing that so far you can do is just to play with this prompt, trying to find those use cases that is not really working well and mitigate those within the prompt. So it's just a matter of iterating. So far, I have gotten very, very good results with this prompt, but yes, every email is going to be different. People are going to phrase things different. So yes, just bear this in mind. And also, if you like automations, I have another video in which I show a ton of automations that I'm using in my consulting business. So you can check them right here so you can continue nerding about all this sexy stuff. So that is it for today, guys. And as always, hasta la próxima.